Hey Copper Nerds, I'm excited to be making this video. First of all, I saw a little speck of dust. There it is. I got this little bulb to blow dust off. Hey, it works. Look at that, success. Okay, I think I have made a huge provenance discovery and I want to confirm it with you guys live, so let's get into it. So I think Jules Reiver is an interesting character in large sense in numismatics. Of course, he was the owner of the 1823 restrike dies that are now on loan over at the ANA Money Museum. I love the 1823 restrikes. If you follow this channel, you know that. And then I have two Jules Reiver coins. This one was also owned by Del Bland and others. This one I got from Al Boca and was owned by Dr. French and many others. So I was showing off this particular coin, recording a short. I'm making a lot of shorts lately. I have missed making this longer form content over the last week, which I have done daily for 8 months. But I'm trying to generate some more subscribers so we can get to that 1,000 subscriber threshold. I've been doing live and shorts. So we've picked up like 100 subscribers in the last few days while I've been doing that. And I don't enjoy it as much as I do long form content. Oops, I don't want to spoil the surprise here. But I was showing off that Sheldon 62 that was Boca's, and then I noticed below it is this Fallen 4, and all I'm pretty confident that what you're about to find out with me is that is my coin as well. That I have a third Reiver coin, and that I'm about to blow up the provenance on this particular coin to add in Jules Reiver and as well as the Martin collection. And I've got to check and even confirm which Martin that is. So we're going to do that right now. First thing I think we're going to do is just take a close look at the reverse on this. I believe this is my coin with all the planchet issues on the reverse. Let's take a look at the void that is where the wreath closes at the top. Right, you see that right here. Let's see if we can pick that out on mine real quick. And I think that's all we're going to need to cinch it as far as I'm concerned. But I just had a good feeling about this particular Fallen 4 that felt light on provenance. It's got March Wells, as well as Jim Neiswinter, as well as Trina Husak, so some very big names. But in my mind, I was like, how in the world could this not be tracked back further than those three? So, looking at the reverse, there it is. We definitely have that void at the top that I was talking about. This is the same coin. This was in the Jules Reiver collection as well. That is a monster Provenance Boost, you guys. I just noticed this in passing 5 minutes ago. You can go look at the short that I put up today with the Sheldon 62. As soon as I opened that catalog, was admiring my Sheldon 62, and I was like, that's my Sheldon 63 for certain. XF details on the holder, that's what it was. In fact, I have the tag somewhere, but the holder it was in is right here. It had Jules Reiver's name on it, but that's the holder I busted it out of. They're going to tell us so-called Fallen 4 variety. Careful study reveals is actually the 9 that's out of position. Agreed. Pleasing olive and tan surfaces with streaks of maroon color. It is kind of tiger striped. Surfaces are lightly marked, mostly on the reverse. That, I think, is what they are mischaracterizing. If they're talking about the little planchet voids, it's got a problematic planchet on the reverse. Early die state, which mine is without any visible clash marks, it is the same coin, but that is correct. It's the rare early die state unclashed. An envelope exists out there somewhere. Maybe I can find, man, if anybody can track down a Martin envelope for a Sheldon 63, that sure could be mine. I hate it when this kind of provenance stuff gets separated from the coin. That's very frustrating, but holy cow, you guys. I think what I'm going to do is just take a couple of photos to firm this one up. I mean, I'm convinced, but I want to show it well to you guys. So I'll get a couple of photos of the coin itself next to the coin in the book, but I'm going to do a little more digging into this. I will make sure and let Larry Schaefer know what's up. I'm going to go look in the provenance over at 1794largesense.com right now and see if I can find this one. There could be a broken chain of provenance that we can link back up. Larry has done that for me before. Turns out I have a Sheldon 53 that had virtually no provenance of note. And then through Larry's work, we found out, and I've got a video on this one, that it was actually Tom Morley's coin and George Kuntz's coin. So my Sheldon 53 went from having sort of average provenance to great provenance, and this one's going from having great provenance to greater provenance, because what I already know about is March Wells' fantastic collection, Trina Husak, Walt Husak's daughter, perhaps one of the biggest names in 1794s ever, and then Jim Neiswinter, who was not a 1794 collector, he collected 1793s. But it's Jim who discovered that the Fallen 4 variety reverse die was a reworked reverse die from the 1793 Liberty caps that had a beaded border that was recut to have dentals added and redeployed here. Jim made that discovery. This was Jim's coin from his big sale when he sold his complete set of 1793s. And this guy, so this is really a monster of a coin. It's rapidly becoming one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's that cool. So this edition of Martin as well as Reiver Provenance is just icing on the cake. So excited about it. With that, hit me up in the comments and I'll catch you on the next one. If I find anything else, I'll add it in post-production as well. We'll look at that more then. Catch you later. Peace. And a quick postscript. So I did talk with Larry Schaefer a little bit. He's who runs Al Boca's former website, that's 1794largesense.com, that tracks all of our pedigrees. Larry agrees and confirms that the Reiver coin is one and the same with the Husak, Wells, Neiswinter, and myself coin. And then assuming this is Sidney Martin, and that was my assumption as well, but the envelope is long lost. I did not receive it with the coin, although I'll do some searching, but good luck, right? And the Martin sale wasn't until recently. But now I have a third Jules Reiver coin, the 62 and 63. And again, I just happened to see that one today while I was looking at that one. And then I also have the 27, which should be bottom of the next page that I flip. Oops, that's the 28 right here, the 27. So I have that one as well. Very cool pedigree. I think the more you get into 1794s, the more you're going to appreciate who the previous owners were. Yeah, that's what I got. Catch you later. Oh, final postscript. That's where I decided to put the Jefferson piece metal that Al sent over. It's just so massive, it needed the right spot where it's safe from me spitting on it. And that is the spot. Occasionally, we may flip it over so that we have the piece side up. Yeah. All right. For real this time. Peace.